So you're a new manager? Fantastic. Here are 5 tips guaranteed to get you off to an amazing start as a people leader. No long-winded intro, let's get right into the tips. Number 1, know what your boss wants. It's highly likely that you might have a new boss now that you're a leader of a team. And even if you don't, then your manager's expectation of you will most certainly be different now you're in a new role. So a really good thing to do at the start is to spend some time with your manager to clarify a number of points. Firstly, there's going to be a whole load of admin and operational related stuff going on. And if you can align with your manager on those things, then it's going to be a lot smoother. For example, how does your boss want to be kept up to date? Do they want weekly summaries of your progress, or do they want to be a member of your team's DL and know exactly what's going on at the detail level? Or do they want one-to-one meetings every week or bi-weekly or less frequently? What's their stance on working from home and work-life balance? Do they want their timesheets filled in on day 1? Do they mind being called on at any time, or do they want more advance warning? Loads of things that might seem trivial, but if you get them all right, then you'll contribute to a frustration-free working relationship with your manager, and that's always going to be good, because even the little things can prove to be an irritation if you get them wrong. Also, this time with your manager is crucial for you to be able to set your own vision for the team and show your boss that you're here, you're confident, you're up for it, and you're ready to make a difference. Lay out your vision for the team. Explain the cultures that are important to you, the achievements and the goals that you want to take on over the next couple of years, how you plan to run the team, how you plan to develop your people. The more you can demonstrate that you've got these things covered, or at least have an idea of how you want things to work, the better. I've had people come to me with a full vision of how they plan to embrace their new team leader role. And on the flip side, I've had it where someone has come to me and said, I've got no idea what I want. Can you tell me how to do it? Well, and while the second example isn't a disaster, because everybody needs help in this challenging transition, it does give your boss more work to do than they would have otherwise had. So getting into your manager's head is really, really important. Make sure that's on your early to-do list. Balance your changes. There's a fair chance that as a new manager, there'll be a fair few things that you really want to change for the better. And you've probably got a few ideas on how to do that. And sometimes you might have a huge laundry list of things that you want to change. And you're going to do them all. After all, you're the boss now and you want to make a great impression with your own team. But this is a tricky one. And it's vital that you as a new people manager are very mindful of how you'll be perceived by your team members. You've got to have a balance here. Team members are always looking for a new manager to come in and change some things straight away. After all, new managers bring new ideas and that's what people are looking for. So as the new boss, do change some things, especially those things that might have been problems for quite a while and actually might be pretty easy to change. Some easy wins. That makes an instant difference. You come in, you make people's life better straight away. They appreciate that. But be really careful because your team is watching here. If you don't change anything, you'll be perceived as ineffective. That new boss isn't doing anything. It's just the same as always. But if you change too much, you scare people and make them afraid that their jobs will be on the line next. If you strike the right balance somewhere in the middle, come in as a manager who's got ideas and is prepared to put them into practice, and save the rest of your laundry list for later on. There's plenty of time to make those changes without alarming people. So make sure the balance of your changes is right. Be positive. As a new manager, you've got to strike a tone of positivity. You might be taking charge of a team where some people have built a service or a business over a large number of years. They might have overcome many obstacles and difficulties to get where they have, and you haven't seen that. And what they absolutely don't need is somebody, a new manager, coming in and telling them that what they've built up is a load of rubbish and it needs to be ripped out. And you know what? It might actually be junk. It might be a load of rubbish. But as a new boss, keep any negativity to yourself. Establish the history, the achievements, the challenges, and instead look to be the positive force in the team that breaks down the blockers and restrictions that have been a headache for everyone in the past. You don't need to rip everything out, but you can clear the path for further progress. And if it does all need to be changed, then make sure that change happens gradually, over time, and with the involvement and the buy-in of the people that have invested so much blood, sweat and tears into it over the years. Because nobody likes to be told what they've done isn't very good or needs to be scrapped. But people can accept that some things need to be changed. And if they're also part of that change, then that empowers them even more. And you as a manager should be all about empowering your people to achieve more than before. Positivity should also extend to your communications and opinions on people, opinions on the company and the business. Make sure you never get drawn into any rants about how bad something is or how awful it is working with that person or that other team, or even how much of a pain the client is. or even how bad the office space might be, or that the coffee sucks, or whatever like that. Negativity feeds negativity, and it's very quickly noticed by people. And they do remember. I once had a 360 feedback comment from somebody about how negative my attitude was. And this was really confusing until I remembered that actually the only time I'd spoken to that person in the entire year was that conversation at a coffee point. And they'd based their entire opinion of my character and the way I worked on a single 5-minute conversation where I was being negative about something. So be self-aware enough to make sure that people leave any interactions with you having had their mood lifted and not their energy drained. Get a system. As a new boss, you're going to have a whole load more work coming in. And at times it'll seem like somebody had just turned on the fire hose and expected you to stop the onrushing deluge of tasks and deadlines and projects. So, how do you deal with it? Well, this one isn't actually as difficult as many people think. The trick to handling a hugely increased workload is to find a system that works for you. There are tons of workload management systems out there, and it's on you to give some of them a try and see how they work for you. Adapt the systems to your own styles and situations and monitor progress, see how you get on. I use a variation of the Getting Things Done methodology by David Allen. This is a very popular method for task and work management. Some of it is a bit crazy complex, so I've kind of taken the basic ideas and adapted them over the last 15 years or so to make them work for me. And the results have been transformatory. Stunning, actually. They've really made the difference in my career. So if you find that you're the one with 600 unread emails in your inbox, then that's a sure sign that you're in need of a workload management overhaul. So do the research and build your systems, and before you know it, you'll be getting 5 times more done in less time with less stress. And that's vital to a new manager because you'll have a whole load of new people-related tasks to attend to. Get to know the organisation. As a team member, you've probably been sent those organisational charts and company announcements just like everybody else. And I'll bet you didn't pay them too much attention. I know I didn't. So what if there's been a reorg, a change several levels up? So what if your group now reports to some different managing director somewhere high up? Who cares? Doesn't make any difference to my job, does it? Well, as a new manager, your attitude towards organisational changes and org structure and such like has got to be completely different. You've got to be engaged, positive and involved. You've got to get to know as many people as you can in that org chart, especially the ones on your level that perform similar roles to you. It's absolutely vital that you get to know these people, because it's highly likely that these people will have a heads up on the challenges you'll be facing in your own role. They may all have been through the same problems and the same issues and emerged through the other side, found the solutions. For sure, you'll be able to learn something from them, and you may well be able to help them as well. And these people play a big part in promotions and evaluations as well. They will be asked for their opinions on you. So building these allies and sponsors across the org structure is absolutely vital. These people will become career sponsors for you, and as a new manager you'll have access to an almost unlimited amount of people management experience that you can build into your own skill set as a leader. And many of these relationships will last for entire careers. You'll soon see great managers and inspiring leaders in your own organisation. And for sure, they'll be absolutely happy to help you as a new leader. They'll help you with your challenges, they'll give you feedback and critique and mentoring. And when you've got a funky new idea that needs some adopters and some people to try it out, well, these people are your friends. So rather than ignore those organisational emails, scrutinise them and analyse them. How can you get to know these people? How can you get to help them achieve their own goals? So be confident and make those connections, because they'll be absolutely invaluable. Being a new people manager can seem a really daunting prospect, but it is all achievable. Leadership is just a new set of skills to learn. And we've got loads of other videos on this channel completely dedicated to helping people like you become great leaders and smash it at work. If you want to know exactly what your boss is thinking and what your boss expects from you, check this one over here. If you like this one, you'll love that one. So I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.